it is time for a little update. As you can see, I changed my room a little bit. The audio equipment is not there anymore. The only thing that sits there is the Revox that I'm trying to repair. But I really need to get new heads for that, and the VU meters died, so I already took one of them out, but the other one just died right after that. Piece of junk. Well, as you can see, I got a new cabinet right here. New cabinet for my stereo equipment. I bought this at IKEA. I guess you all know what that is. Ridiculously cheap anyways, but it's a nice thing. And I also changed the setup. You can see the Kenwood CD player is still there, but this is new. This is a JVC Multi V621 stereo cassette deck with 3 heads. I actually got this for free because the display wasn't working. And well, it was working, but it was really dark. You wasn't under daylight, you weren't even able to see it, but that was caused by a missing, I believe it was called a negative cathode voltage, which was missing, and which was caused by a blown resistor and a shorted capacitor in the power supply. I replaced that, and let's see here. As we turn it on, you can see it lights up beautifully orange. Has a digital real-time counter and a digital VU meter and a peak indicator right there. Automatic tape selector, Dolby B, C, MPX and HX Pro. 3 line inputs. You have line, direct and CD direct. You can use it as 2 separate line inputs. And well, of course, the tape source monitor switch right there. It says it also, it's monitoring the tape or the source right there. And we also have a balance and a bias for the recording and of course the record level. This is a really nice cassette deck. We have even a headphone level right here. And you can see there is the 3 heads. 3 head dual capstan, really nice. Shut that thing off. And there's the Sony STS-170 tuner, which is also a really nice tuner, like you can see right there. The digital dial tuning has a great reception and great sound, using just a little wire somewhere there as an antenna. I now also have my record player, my Philips FB775 in the setup, and there's a tape on top of it, so... Oh, the camera blurs. Come on. It's focusing on dirt on the lens. We're going to have to clean it. There we go. Oh, sun is in the picture. It's kind of annoying. This record player is now hooked up to the amplifier as well. The amplifier still is my good old Pioneer TX7 SA610. A really nice amplifier. I love the sound of this thing. And as you can see, this is continuously on the Tape 2 monitor. And then I have this JVC SEA66 stereographic equalizer. SEA means sound effect amplifier, like it says on the back. It has a ridiculous 3 tape inputs and of course source, tape 1, 2 and 3. So I have tape 1 hooked up to my computer. Tape 1 on this thing is hooked up to the Akai GX210D. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. We have tape 2, which is hooked up to my Akai GX4000D, and I also have the original black Akai reel now, which is really nice. It isn't scratched or anything, it's in great condition. I love the reel, it's really nice. And on tape 3 we have the JVC cassette deck. It even has a pink noise generator, as you can hear. And it also has a spectrum analyzer right there. And I finally replaced the capstan motor in this thing, and I also got the original Akai reel for this, which is really nice. I also demagnetized the recording head, and that really improved the recording quality. It's really good now. the tapes are still there. There are a few more though. And if we look down here, oh yes, there's more, and more, and more, and even more tapes down there. Those are some Philips Super Ferro tapes. Quite interesting. Some really little reels right there. Those are, I think, 5-inch. Got a lot of tapes. And I also got some nice boxes to store my cassettes. Each of these contains 15 cassettes. I have some cables right here hooked up to a mini jack and a RCA. Two extra line inputs here, CD and direct. On a JVC tape deck for just aux inputs. And well, the system is still hooked up to the speakers right there. And let's take a little tour. I got another cassette deck. This is a Sony model TCK490. Also a 3-head, 2-motor. Just a single capstan, but has also a real-time counter. And the HX Pro. And Dolby BNC and noise reduction, and of course also an MPX filter right there. And it's also a nice cassette deck, but the belts need to be replaced. And down there is an Akai EAA7 equalizer. It's a really nice equalizer, but the display has some problems. I guess it's just the same as in the JVC with a missing voltage somewhere. There's the computer. Philips CD player sits up there, and it's hooked up to the Revox for testing. My Akai 4000 DS Mark II right there. It's a nice reel-to-reel, and I use it for erasing tapes. Has some problems in the record amp, unfortunately. The VU meters show very low signal, but it almost overdrives the tape, so that needs to be looked at. Right there sits my Super Scope receiver, which I finally found a new dial cord for. I have it somewhere. Here it is. As you can see, new dial cord. It was really hard to get it, but I finally found it. So that needs to be done soon. The Kenwood cassette deck sits right there. As well as my Pioneer cassette deck and my Pioneer tuner. I know it's a mess in this room. I need to clean up here soon badly. So that will be done someday. The Kenwood receiver still sits up there. I was planning on selling it, but I didn't. In there still sits the Sony reel-to-reel, and I also got the manual for that. The instruction manual, including German and Dutch translations. That's really interesting. It's in English, of course. And maybe we'll take a look at that soon. Let's see what else we have. Oh, my homemade speakers sit over there. They have been used on the shelf right there. But since my stereo isn't there anymore, I wasn't able to use them anymore. Got a new shelf for my cabinet right here. The Grundig reel-to-reel sits over there, and maybe I'm planning on putting another shelf in there. We'll see. So well, there you have it. A little update on what I'm doing and how it's going. So I hope you enjoy it.